To gain a different type of strength, you need a different training method. That's why today we're exploring the Shaolin workout style. Behind the methodology of Shaolin Temple lies a structured physical system built on bodyweight training and progressive conditioning. Through that system, Shaolin monks can hold stances for minutes, absorb strikes, and explode with terrifying speed. So what are they actually doing? And is it possible to apply it without living inside the Shaolin Temple? Today, we break down the real Shaolin calisthenics system, introducing 4 distinct types of strength development that shape the qualities seen in traditional monk training. Focus until the end. 1. Structural endurance strength. Instead of beginning with dynamic drills, the training begins with positions that teach the body how to hold itself correctly under tension. A primary example is the horse stance, or Ma-Bu, developed within systems practiced at the Shaolin Temple. In this stance, the feet are placed wide apart. The hips are lowered until the thighs approach parallel. The spine stays upright and neutral, and the knees track outward in line with the toes. You don't move in this position. You stay there, and that's the point. When you hold this position for time, several things are happening physiologically. First, you are building isometric strength, the ability to produce force without movement. Second, improving joint control and alignment awareness through keeping the glutes and deep hip rotators active during the movement. And third, you are training the connective tissues, since long-duration isometric holds have been shown to increase tendon stiffness and improve motor unit recruitment. In practical terms, this means your body becomes better at transferring force from the ground through the legs. This is why stance training is often sustained for extended periods. If your lower body can maintain alignment under static stress, it becomes more reliable during dynamic actions. So when we talk about the first layer of Shaolin-style calisthenics, we're talking about structural endurance, the ability to hold strong positions with control. Everything else builds on that foundation. 2. Tendon dominant strength. Another important aspect of Shaolin-style training is the emphasis on connective tissue. In bodybuilding, the primary goal is usually muscle hypertrophy, which is increasing the size of the muscle fibers. In contrast, traditional training systems associated with the Shaolin Temple place significant attention on how force is transmitted through the body. Muscles create force. Tendons transfer that force to the bones. If the tendons are underprepared, force production gets inefficient, and the risk of strain or joint irritation increases. This is why the training methods often look simple but controlled, like slow, controlled push-ups, paused repetitions at the bottom or midpoint, long plank variations, and extended stance holds. When you slow down a repetition, especially during the lowering phase, you increase time under tension, which exposes the tendon to sustained mechanical load. Research in sports science shows that slow eccentrics and isometric holds can increase tendon stiffness. A stiffer tendon transfers force more efficiently from muscle to bone. This means better strength relative to body weight, and this helps explain why many Shaolin practitioners appear lean rather than heavily muscled, yet still demonstrate strong force output. 3. Impact adaptation strength. In traditional systems associated with the Shaolin Temple, what is often referred to as iron body is better understood as gradual adaptation to controlled mechanical stress. The key word here is gradual. Methods can include light forearm tapping against a partner, controlled abdominal strikes with supervision, and striking or being struck lightly with sandbags or padded tools. These drills are not performed at full intensity from the beginning. The stress is introduced progressively over time. From a physiological perspective, the body adapts to repeated mechanical loading. According to Wolff's law, bone tissue remodels in response to stress. When load is applied in a structured and progressive manner, bone density can increase, and connective tissues can become more resilient. There is also a neural component. Repeated, controlled exposure to mild impact can reduce excessive pain sensitivity and improve anticipatory muscular bracing. However, this only works when the intensity is low at the start and when the volume is controlled. In modern training language, this is simply load adaptation applied to tissue conditioning. It follows the same principle as progressive overload in strength training, but the load is impact-based rather than weight-based. Reactive power strength. In addition to structural holds and controlled tension work, traditional training systems linked to the Shaolin Temple also include explosive bodyweight movement. Once alignment and joint control are established, speed is gradually introduced. Training examples include jumping drills, reactive or clapping push-up variations, and kicking combinations performed with acceleration. The purpose of these drills is to train rapid force production. Explosiveness depends on several physiological factors. First is fast twitch fiber recruitment. These muscle fibers are responsible for high speed and high force output. They are activated when movements require rapid acceleration. Second, neuromuscular coordination. The nervous system must coordinate timing between muscle groups so that force is produced efficiently. And third, tendon elasticity. Tendons act like springs. When properly conditioned, they store and release elastic energy during fast movements. This improves efficiency and reduces wasted effort. All of these qualities can be trained using body weight alone. For example, start with controlled squats before jump squats, and master standard push-ups before attempting explosive variations. Technical precision remains important even in explosive drills. So how to apply this? You don't need to live inside the Shaolin Temple to apply these principles. What matters is understanding the structure of the system and organizing your session accordingly. A simple Shaolin-inspired training session could look like this. You got 5 to 10 minutes of stance work. Start with horse stance or a deep squat hold. Focus on posture, knee alignment, and steady breathing. 2. Slow controlled push-ups. Keep a steady tempo. Lower yourself in 3 to 4 seconds. Pause briefly at the bottom and press up with control. Third, isometric plank variations. You got front plank, side plank, or extended plank holds. Fourth, a few sets of explosive jumps. After the controlled work, introduce speed. Perform squat jumps or broad jumps with full recovery between sets. Fifth, progressive forearm or core conditioning. This could mean light forearm tapping or gentle abdominal bracing drills. Try to keep the intensity moderate and focus only on adaptation. Sixth, breath-focused cool down. Finish with slow diaphragmatic breathing. This shifts the nervous system toward recovery and reinforces core control. If you organize your training this way, then you're applying the core ideas behind Shaolin-style conditioning. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you next one, and warrior salute.